Okay, so your schedule for this week, first of all, we're going to do notes and practice today, notes and practice tomorrow, notes and practice on Thursday, and then your last quiz of the year will be this Friday. So what you're going to be doing this week is factoring trinomials like last week, okay? Ax squared plus bx. Factoring ax squared plus bx plus c when a is not equal to 1. Last week when we factored trinomials, the a value, or the number in front of the x squared, was 1 on just about every problem all week long. And this week, a is not going to be 1. So the problems that we're going to factor today are ax squared plus a bx plus a c. What I mean is that this middle term is going to be positive and the last term is going to be positive. And when the middle term and the last term are both positive, then the factors are both going to be positive. Okay? Now, I'm going to show you 2 ways to factor these problems. When we're picking out the factors for this trinomial, whatever is in this position of the first factor times whatever's in this position of the first factor has to be equal to the ax squared. Agreed? First position times first position equals first position. In each of the factors, whatever is in this last position and this last position, the product of the last position times the last position has to equal the last term in the trinomial. Here's where it gets a little bit tricky. It's dealing with this middle term. And if we do the distributive property to get to this middle term, what we end up with is that this first term value, whatever value the blue circle holds, okay, times the green square, which represents these two, plus whatever's in this second position here times this position, has to equal this positive bx, or has to equal bx. The first term times the last term plus the first last term times second first term, the sum of those two products has to equal the middle term. All right? Now, that's one way to factor this trinomial. Here's a second way that has been the most popular technique to use. Now, here it is again. We're going to set up this little matrix. And in this matrix, the top left corner, we're going to not use it. Now I'm going to go back and use these symbols again. Whatever factor goes in this position times whatever factor goes in this position has to equal the first term. All right? So it's this factor times this factor has to equal the ax squared. This factor times this factor has to equal c. Now, this blue circle times this green square, that's blue circle times green square, plus blue circle times green square. The sum of these two equals bx. So hopefully you've got a little idea as a basis now, and you've got two techniques to choose from. And let me do some examples with some numbers, and hopefully it makes a lot more sense. So what we're going to do next is we're going to factor. We got 6x squared plus 23x plus 7. Now, when we factor it, our factors are going to be in parentheses. And since the middle term is positive and the last term is positive, both of our factors are going to be positive. So now I'm going to use this matrix technique. And I'm going to cross out this upper left box. We're not going to use it. And the factors that go in this box and this box need to sum 6x squared. So I'm going to go with 3x and 2x. All right. So watch. 2x times 3x equals 6x squared. So we're on the right path. The next factors I'm looking for are factors of 7. And there's only two factors of 7, right? 1 and 7. So watch. I'm going to put the 7 here. And I'm going to put the 1 here. And now I'm going to check them. And here's how I check them. I take 7 times 3x. And I get 21x. And then I take 2x times 1, and I get 2x. And what is the sum of 2x plus 21x? 23x. And I'm going to take 7 times 1, and I'm going to get 7. So all my checks work. All right? So my factors of 6x squared plus 23x plus 7 are 3x plus 1 and the 2x plus 7. Make a little bit more sense? Okay, let me show you this same problem. If we would have put the 7 and the 1 in a different place. So if I keep my 3x and I keep my 2x times 3x is 6x squared. Now, if I would have put the 7 down here with the 3x and the 1 up with the 2x, watch what happens. My 7 times 1 is still 7. So we've met 2 of the 3 rules. But when I do 2x times 7, I get 14x. And 3x times 1, I get 3x. And the sum of the 14x and the 3x is equal to 17x. And that doesn't work, does it? The sum of these two positions needed to be the 23x. So this location for the 1 and the 7 did not work. So you switch them. All right, so let's try this. Let's factor 5x squared plus 11x plus 2. Again, both the middle term and the last term are positive. So both of my factors are going to be positive. So in my matrix, in the middle box on the left and the middle box on the top, I need factors of 5x squared. And the only factors of 5x squared are 5x and x. And x times 5x is 5x squared. So there's the first rule. In my top right box and my bottom left box, I need factors of 2. Well, there's only two factors of 2, 1 and 2. So look, if I put the 1 here and the 2 here, 2 times x is 2x. 1 times 5x is 5x. Does that work? No, my 2x plus my 5x is 7x. So this doesn't work. All right? So we're going to switch the 1 and the 2. I keep my 5x, I keep my x, I still get 5x squared. I'm going to put the 1 with the 5x, and I'm going to put the 2 with the x. So now 2 times 5x equals x times 1 is 1x, and 2 times 1 is 2. And my 1x plus my 10x is equal to 11x. So the second rule works, and my 2 times my 1 equals 2, so my third rule works. So my factors are 5x plus 1 and x plus 2. All right, and I got one more example for you. Take a look at 6x squared plus 13x plus 5. Middle term and third term are positive, so both factors are positive. In my matrix, I'm going to cross out the upper left box. Middle left, middle top are factors of 6x squared. I'm going to use 3x and 2x. 3x times 2x is my 6x squared. Bottom left box and top right box need to be factors of 5. So I'm thinking about my locations. And if I put the 5 in the upper right corner, I have to take 5 times 3x. That'll give me a 15x, won't it? And I'll already be over the middle term. So I'm going to not multiply my 5 times my 3x. I'm going to multiply my 5 times my 2x. And that gives me a 10x here. And then my other factor of 5 is a 1. So I'm going to pair my 1 with my 2x. So 1 times 3x is 3x. And my 10x plus my 3x gives me my 13x, which goes in the middle. And my 1 times 5 is 5. So my 3 rules have been met. So my factors are 3x plus 5 and 2x plus 1. All right, so you think you can handle factoring some trinomials on your own? I think you can. So let me give you some practice problems for today. All right, 5 practice problems for you to factor.